Hey guys, welcome back to the Student Music Network. We're live here from Donington Park and this is our coverage of Download Festival 2022.
Hey, this is Nat and Greg from Press Club.
Hi, this is Henry from Boston Manor.
Hello guys, I'm Josh from The Fame.
Hi, I'm Teresa from Yonica.
Hey, this is Rob from TPD TV.
What's going on? This is Grandson. I'm here at Download Music Festival.
And you are watching the Student Music Network.
And you're 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 here watching the Student Music Network.
So who are you most excited to see today, first of all, in the sun?
I mean, my outfit pretty much says it, but Black Veil Bride's for me.
Have you had a chance to meet Andy at all here? Yeah, I know he's been knocking about.
Yeah, but I have met him a few different times previously, yeah.
There were some really good underground bands on the Doghouse stage, which was really cool. First band we're seeing today is Bury Tomorrow, so that'll be good.
They're playing today. Biffy Clyro. It's going to be incredible this evening. I'm so excited.
I mean, I'm going to say Deftones. They're one of my favourite bands. They're playing this year. I saw them at Rock am Ring and they were unbelievable. Me and Mike went down to the barrier to watch them. And I'd love to see him do a headline slot here. That'd be great.
This festival, I feel, is a bit world famous. Like, what does Download Festival mean to you and the rest of the guys?
Means the world, man. Like for us as Australians, like being from Perth, one of the most isolated capital cities in the world, watching YouTube videos as a kid of this festival and some of our favourite bands, it's truly an honour to be here. And I think the main thing we all feel is just gratitude. You know, like obviously we're very excited and very happy to be here.
Yeah, and I love the crowd here. We played it, we did the pilot last year and we did it once before, I think, on the Dogtooth stage, the first time we played as well. And it was amazing, so I'm really looking forward to it.
It's kind of like for your football team, it's coming back to play a big home game, do you know what I mean? And we're out in Europe right now doing festivals, so we're literally flying in to do this and flying back out again tonight, and it feels so a bit surreal to be flying back to your home country to play a gig, but so cool. It does just feel like kind of coming home. And
it was 1 p.m. or something like that, and there was a full tent that were keen to just, they were just music fans, and that's the main thing, you know.
They're also, I mean, the festivals over here are like 4 times the size of the largest festival in Australia. So I think the biggest festival in Australia is about 30,000 people. So, yeah, I just saw your face. You're like, what? Only 30,000? But yeah, to see Download's 110,000 or something capacity, which is absolutely wild.
But we're just very grateful to be able to play in front of people and, especially, being on the other side of the world and everything that's happened in the last 2 years, you don't know when the next show could be, or the next festival. So, yeah, it's a very humbling experience, but just in love with it.
What I consider to be a big starting point of our career was the beginning of our second album campaign, which we began by opening up the main stage here, premiering Halo for the first time. So it's always had a real special place in my heart for that, and I just always look forward to them. They're always great. They're always great sets, great crowds. Like, there's just no pretension. Everyone's super cool and just excited and just loves live music.
Are you still aiming to reach as many people as possible, especially like the younger sort of generations?
Yeah, with a band like Rise Against, it's funny that you talk about students and like university and that kind of thing, because I think of Rise Against almost as, in the music world, we're like the professor at the university, right? So we're trying to like teach you something, we're trying to show you something, we're trying to give you our perspective in song form. And in the meantime, as we've been here for 20 years, like the freshman class keeps coming in every year and then moving on a little bit too, Some people stick around, but every year there's a freshman class coming in. And so I always think of our job as to sort of teach that freshman class every year. You wanna get them into your class, into your lesson, like into your plan, into what you're doing. So every year's a challenge. Every year, like even though we've been the same for 20 years, like the people coming, somebody came to their first show today. You know what I mean? Somebody saw us the first time today.
Just for another dollar in your pocket. Now I am the violence. I am the sickness. Won't accept your side.
It's enough. Yeah, you could be doing worse.
Yeah,
it's got some gas.
It's enough.
Hey guys.
Yeah, I mean, so far you're doing all right for yourselves. You can't complain.
Absolutely.
And
No,
well, I
zero
mean,
complaints.
the third album, excellent album. It feels like it's a little heavier, a little riffier, which certainly worked for me. So do you feel that was a deliberate progression?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've alienated a bunch of people who really wanted us to write just more fast-paced, post-hardcore, pop-punky type music. And we're not like, we're not disrespecting that vibe. Still very much a thing that I will listen to regularly, but it was a third album and we were writing more and more stuff that was like Crown Shyness Part 2. And everything we sent, it was good stuff, but we were just like, it didn't get us going. It didn't get us like super excited to just write a third album of similar stuff.
I think there's much more room now in the music catalogue in the world for things to be different, for things to be unique, and especially with like kids being able to write great songs in their bedrooms now with like all these, with technology advancing and just easy ways to write great music. I think there's so much room to do different stuff, and that's just kind of where I want to take it, trying to just make things just a little more weirder.
But to be honest, it's been a lot of time for us to really focus on the songwriting as a whole. So for us, we're outrageously proud of every little detail. Nothing feels like it's been rushed. Nothing feels like it's been forced. It's just like, perfection, bliss.
It also served to be this interesting metaphor for the crossroads I found my career at. My most popular song, Bloodwater, as you mentioned before I came on, is a song that has carried me to places I never thought I would go, has been listened to over 1 billion times on the internet, and it's a song that is very empowered, very, very confident in the change that can be made. And yet, here we are, nearing the 5-year anniversary of that song coming out. The song came out in the fall of 2017.
Very interesting that at the minute bands seem to be EPs or albums, but an 8-song mixtape, as you called it, in the middle. What was the decision behind that?
Well, we weren't quite ready to release an album yet, and like, I don't know, we just had this like, because obviously when you're doing an album, it's quite a lot of songs, and I didn't quite have enough stuff that I wanted to put into one place yet. I mean, we had loads of songs, we were writing loads, but I didn't want to release more than that just yet, and it felt this was the frame of work that worked. And an album will come later, and I think it is either EPs or albums at the moment, and we're kind of toying with both those ideas as well for our next release, so we'll see.
If you were booking Download Festival 2023, who would your dream 3 headliners be?
So I'd go for Foo Fighters on the Friday. I'd have the big boys Metallica back. They haven't been here in way too long. I'd have them.
Russian festival era Metallica.
You know what? I ain't seen Metallica in years. Throw Metallica on there as well.
No, it would be Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yep.
A reason why for this lineup is because I think bringing diversity to a festival sometimes can be really cool, especially things from like opposite ends of the spectrum. So we'll see.
Living or Dead?
Living or Dead.
Queen. Hands down.
Good, Dead or Alive. Okay. Queen.
Oh, Dead or Alive?
Sorry, that just complicated things.
Oh, no, it's like, I would have Fugazi as my headliner. I know Fugazi.
Okay. Mine are going to be terrible. So I love The Darkness. And even though they're on tomorrow, I do love The Darkness. I would say Kiss again, Darkness.
The first time I saw System of a Down was here, and that's the first time I heard of them, which I know is crazy. I fell in love with them, so System of a Down.
I saw some footage from from the Alice Cooper show that Creeper did played a few weeks ago. I think that'd be fucking amazing to watch it download with all the production and all that kind of stuff. Our front of house engineer went. He's at a gig nearly every single day, and he wasn't even an Alice Cooper fan, and he said it's the best show he's ever seen.
Wow,
in his life.
Statement.
Yeah, and he's like, he's not a big sweeping statement guy, but he's like, yeah, it's bar none, it's the best show I've ever seen.
But Red Hot Chili Peppers, Slipknot, and Frank Ocean.
Wow.
I mean, it's a no-brainer these days. You need Bring Me the Horizon to headline a festival to sell it out, right? So that's what you need to do.
Heard it here first. Melvin, Ollie Sykes, get in touch. Thanks for your time, Sam. Cheers.